Imagine you are required to export all your 100 3D views as Navisworks file. You will open view, export, name it, repeat for 100 times. It takes forever. But what if I told you that you could do it in just one click? Hello everyone, I'm Clement, and I'm here to show you how fun and easy it is to create your own Revit plugin using Python, even if you have never write a line of code before. And in today's lesson, we will build a smart tool to automate NWC export. We use some code from our last batch upgrade plugin export lesson and try one of the built-in Revit UI selection interface. No coding experience? No problem. We will break everything down step by step using my fun-fold formula, making sure you get the instant result without feeling overwhelmed. Ready? Let's go!
Our tool works in 3 steps. The first, user picks 3D views from the model. For the second one, user selects a target folder to save the file. And lastly, the script will look through each view and export as NWC format. Simple, smart, memorable. This is exactly how the BIM automation tool works. Instead of clicking through the menus, we will make Revit do all the heavy lifting. You can use any text editor like TextNotes or your favorite IDE. Make sure your model has 3D view before running the script. If none are found, nothing will export. Then a UI will pop up and allow user to select 3D view to export to as an NWC format file. After a while, all the NWC will come out without any manual process. If you don't fully understand the code yet, not to worry, I will explain everything in detail later. For now, just copy and paste this function into any text editor and run them. Before we jump into detailed explanation, let's take a quick look at how the code is structured. This will give you a big picture and help you follow along more easily. Think of it as your step-by-step GPS for understanding the automation journey. The first one, we load an important library from Revit, Revit API, and Window Dialogs tool. Just like in our previous lesson, these are the building blocks that let us create pop-ups and talk to Revit. For the second part, we get all the 3D views from the Revit project. This will prepare a list of 3D views to be selected by user to export. For the part 3, we build a user-friendly selection window for 3D views. The user can pick up one or more views to export. For the part 4, we will use the folder picker, so user can select whether the NWC format should be saved to. No need to type pipe manually. Just click and go. For the part 5, if the user selects both views and a folder, we look for each selected views and export it to as a NWC format using the Navisworks exporter setting. Each file is saved with the name, and we will show a quick message to confirm what was exported. For the last part, part 6, is handle the empty input. If no views or folder is selected, we will print a simple message instead of causing any error. This makes the script beginner-friendly and user-friendly. Copy each line into your script file. You can use any text editor like Notepad or your favorite IDE. Make sure your model has 3D views before running the script. If none are found, nothing will export. A UI will pop up and allow user to select 3D views to export to NWC. After a while, all the NWC will come out without any manual process. So, how could the script export all the 3D views as separated NWC? Now, let's go to detail one by one. The first one is from Revit import form. This import Revit built-in form module, which allows us to create dialog, message box, and UI interaction inside Revit. This time, we need to use the built-in selection UI from Revit. The second one is from autodesk.revit.db import star. This is used to import the Revit data space function. Since we are working with Revit models, we need to import the Revit API function that handles get 3D views, export NWC function. This ensures them work properly. The next one is import common open file dialog. This line import a modern file selection tool from Windows. This module provides a user-friendly dialog, allowing users to select an entire folder. This makes our script easy to use, especially when dealing with batch processing. Here, we need to understand what Python function is. A function in Python is like a smart tool that performs a specific task whenever you call it. Instead of writing the same code again and again, we group reusable action into a function. Think of it like a coffee machine. You press a button, that means you call a function. The machine will blend the beans, heat water, and return a coffee. That means it's executing the code. And finally, you get a drink as you want, which is return a result. By inputting different commands like different types of coffee, the machine will process the same step to give you the result. Therefore, by using the function, we make our script cleaner, easier to maintain, and reusable for the future in. In Python, functions start with def and often return a value using the word return. You can reuse the folder pick function in any place in your code with this command. The first sentence, file dialog equal common open file dialog. We create a new file dialog window by calling common open file dialog. This is like clicking open file in any software. It launches a window file selection window. Then, we set the title of the dialog window to select folder. We set its folder pickers equal to true because we only want user to select folder, but not the file. We don't allow user to select multiple files at once as it is choosing a path to save all the exported NWC, so one location is enough. This displays the dialog window and waits for the user to make a selection, which is file dialog.show dialog. In the try, return something, and except return something, it is used to release or return a valid result. If the user selects file and click OK, the function returns that folder path as a string. If the user closes the window without selecting anything, the function will return nothing. The try except block ensures that if something goes wrong, the script won't crash. For the next part, it is the apps equal to something, the UI DOS equal to something, and DOS equal to something. This is the connection between our code and Revit. It's just like telling a script, hey, we are working inside Revit and we need access to Revit's function. With this, we can open, process, and save Revit directly without manually clicking any button in Revit. Up till now, we have completed the preparation works. Let's break the main step line by line. The first one is the collection. Think of it just like a collector robot. It goes into your Revit models and grabs all the 3D views it can find. This includes a view like the blanket 3D view and any custom 3D view that you have created. The second line is all view equal to sorted name of the collector. As we have collected all the 3D views we have, now we need to sort it in alphabetical order. This will help us sort them nicely in the next step. And the next line, the selected view equal to the form. Here is the fun part. A pop-up window appears. You get and make a UI and allow user to select one or more views from a previous created list. Thanks to Revit, it's super user-friendly. Just click and go. The next one is if selected view. What it does is to control the program only run if user has selected any view from the Revit UI. And when it comes to folder equal to browser folder. This is our folder picker. It lets you choose whether the NWC file will be saved, like picking a folder on your desktop. The next one is export the view. First, we check did the user actually pick a view and a folder. If yes, we continue. If not, we exit with a message. The next one, these are just some behind the scenes setting for the Navisworks export. Just like we're setting the export scope equal to view, which means that only exports the selected view. The export length equal to true, which means include any linked model. The export paths equal to true, which means include paths if they exist. Here are just some examples. You can add any other setting, just same as the ordinary NWC export setting pages. Here are the main automation path. It's look for all video views again. If the view name match one you selected, it select the view for export. Then it save that view as an NWC format file in the folder you pick. The print lets you know which one just got exported, kind of like a progress bar. And finally is else print no view or folder selected. Simple safety check. If nothing was selected, it just print a message and exit quietly. No error, no stress.
Today, we built a powerful tool that lets you batch export multiple video views into Navisworks format. You have just used the Revit API, file selection dialog, and a paragraph interface, all in one script. These are the same tools used by professionals build internal tools as a big BIM firm. No more repetitive exporting, no more file-by-file frustration. This is automation at work, but this is just the beginning. Imagine this. What if every borrowing in Revit, like remaining family, pacing view on sheets, or exporting schedule, could be automated just like this one? That's the mission of my full automation course. Whether you will learn how to save 90% of your time to automating the Revit workflow. And also you can build your own Revit tool, even if you have never coded before. Package and share or sell your plugin to help others and gain a passive income. What's the next boring task you would love to automate? Drop your idea in the comment or fill out the survey. Your idea may become the next tutorial. I will see you in the next video. Subscribe now so you don't miss it.